channel. See if we are live. Still not yet. It always takes a while, this. What's on my mind? I always have to keep refreshing it just to see if the channel's on. Oh, there we go. I see it. Just turn. I hope I've turned myself off so I don't hear myself on the on my end. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, perfect. Right then. Hello. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the SBR BTCC with BTCC Blueprints and Paul Welsh Season 9. Round 3 comes to you live at Interlagos. I am Sean, and I've been joined by a co-commentator, so I'll let him introduce you to the one person apparently that's watching right now, which is probably me.
Yeah, I'm Jerry Bear. You can call me Jerry. Your co-commentator here to watch some close racing in GT Sport. Friends with Savloy from a different racing league.
Yeah, so hopefully we should see some exciting racing tonight.
Oh, I'm excited for it. You just told me a little bit about what's going to happen, and I was already pumped.
Yeah, there will be some bumping and some barging. Expect to see that throughout the whole entire night, yeah.
Nice. That's always going to be fun.
So I'm just looking here at the championship leader, Nicholas Carl, who had a pretty indifferent sort of races at St. Croix last week, but still leads the championship, quite a hefty gap as well. I'm just trying to put the points up again. He does have a... trying to do my calculations here. So Carl is on 132, McEwen on 99, so I believe that's a 33-point gap going into tonight.
Yep, that'd be correct.
Yeah, 33-point gap, and then third place in the points is Adam Piper on 94. Then Chris Clemens on 91, followed by Milton on 88. His teammate Austin on 77, and then Thomas. It's one of the Welshes here. What was it again? Thomas. Walsh. I think it's that. He said 7th on 65.
Yeah, I think that one's correct.
Yeah, that one's correct. Yeah. And Rob Adams, the first of the Mazda drivers on 64 points, sitting 8th in the championship. Ryan Martin is retired because he whinged out, so he's not racing with us no more. Nathan Myers, I don't see him in the lobby. I don't think he's in it. But he sits on 49 points. Then you got Ash Sharp, fresh off a podium last week. He sits on 43. Jordan Hogan has unfortunately pulled out of the championship, so that's 2 of the Aeon Hyundais gone. But they have had a replacement driver, former champion Nathan Tompkinson is going to be in it. Jeff Colombaro on 33. Leon Welsh, who is apparently not going to be racing tonight because apparently he's done his back in, unfortunately, at work. So get well soon, Leon. Hopefully see you again out next week, which I don't know what round it was going to be. And Sean Cool on 30 points, and Tompkinson, who's just new to the championship, or returning to the championship, has just came into season 9. So Interlagos, what you going to track then?
Interlagos is probably one of my favorite tracks, to be honest. It's got a couple of straight sections that allow you to really battle with each other and do some real technical infield sections. For one of the real life tracks, they also, mimic it really well, so you don't have nearly some of the crazy corner cuts that some of the tracks give up. But like any GT Sport game, you're going to see people, I'm sure, abusing track limits and stuff like that all through the infield, right?
Oh yes, definitely.
And that really, like the different lines you can take and how hard you can get on these curbs in this game, just really is going to help for some exciting racing. Like most Interlagos, it tends to pull everybody pretty close.
Indeed, yes. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Obviously, the first sector is pretty straightforward. You got the Senna S, and then you got the Curva do Sol. Sorry, my apologies. Turn 3, and then you got the straightaway, and then that's the end of the first sector. And then the tricky complex turns 4, 5. The Cida do Lago, and then Ferraduro, and then Laranjita, Pinorino, and Bico de Pato, and that's what really separates like if you can get those corners right, you could be on for like a really solid lap time, which qualifying is about to happen in about a minute's time, so it's going to be definitely important there. We see Chris Clements running a little wide through Junção. So for all the limited info I've given you, who do you think would stand out?
Well, the little bit you've talked about, Nicklaus, you said, is very quick and leading currently, so I'd expect him to be able to throw out good times, but just scrolling through everybody, a ton of people are running right in the same third within about a second of each other. So I think Nicklaus is probably going to be a fun watch. I can't wait to watch him after what you've said. We've also got, I'm having to scroll through the names to remember them real quick, since we're not using those, but Adam Piper looks like he could be quick, just watching some of his laps as well, driving for the BMW, so I'll probably keep an eye out on him. And I'm just excited to learn about a lot of them. I've only really watched the two people so far, but both of them seem to be running real good, so it looks exciting.
Yeah, Adam Piper, we need to keep an eye out on... oh, no, I'm looking at Alex Austin, my apologies. But, yeah, we need to keep an eye out on Piper because I think he picked up 20 seconds worth of penalties. I've just seen the message there from Ben. Tompkinson's joining later. No Leon and Nathan. Okay, that's no worries. Yeah, going back, I'll see if I can get Piper on here. There he is, number 10. No, there we go. So, yeah, I'm looking here at Piper. He was very aggressive around St. Croix last week. Picked up a couple of penalties, but, yeah, he's definitely one to look out for. Certainly a very aggressive driver, to say the least. Nicholas, as you said, yeah, championship leader. He could be... This track could be suited for him in that Mitsubishi Garmin livery. As we're going to get the qualifier underway. And it'll be a mad 5-minute dash around Interlagos. So really, it's going to be what, maybe drivers could do possibly 1, maybe 2 laps worth of laps in.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a minute, just over a minute 30 a lap. So 3, yeah, you're probably gonna get 2 flying laps. Probably try to get a banker in, and then just go flat out. I'm always curious how people qualify when they have such short time with so much traffic around them. You know, like how much space do they try to give in between these cars to still, you know, use the slipstream? Because having slipstream on that back straight versus not having slipstream is going to be almost a second at least for these cars.
And also having the slipstream after Junção, and then you got the long straightaway past the start-finish line as well. That's going to be key to having a fast lap as well. So the cars are going out there. Someone's already gone off of turn 4. I think that would have been Adam Piper there in the process. So yeah, Adam taking a different scenic there. So we're just looking here at Alex Austin, who is a racing driver, teammate to Piper too. He's just going in towards I'm trying to get the track names up. I still can't remember the corner names, and I've done this before and I still can't remember it. So here we go. Oh, he just moves out the way for Rob Adams and his teammate to go by.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to be quite at the front. It's going to ruin your first flying lap having no slipstream unless...
It's not going to be like Monza 2019, is it?
Nah, you know, like you really probably want that slipstream somewhere. So if you don't get it on the first lap, if you're leading it out, you're probably banking on your second lap to be your actual one to qualify on, unless you just really get a good run or no one slipstreams.
Well, yeah, it looks like Rob is going to sacrifice himself, so he's going to be the first to cross the line. We'll actually ride on board with a lap around Interlagos. So here we go towards the first two. The Seda S chicane. Take a lot of curb on the first one. Nearly shortcutted turn 2. Now into the Curva do Sol. Just absolutely flat out through here. He's over curb there. Now on to the Reta Oposta. And that's where the first sector will be. Now into turns 4 and 5. Quite important corners here to see the do Lago. You don't want to hit the AstroTurf on the right side there. We'll get the car very upset. That's turn 5. Now a little short straightaway in towards Ferradura. We're fighting the understeer as the car goes up, well, the track goes uphill now. Got to take that very brave through there. He's going down a gear. I would have took 4th gear up through there. That was Larangina. Now in towards turn 8. Good place to overtake someone. And then this is Pinarino. Now the track goes slightly downhill. And then it goes slightly uphill again for turn 10. Bico de Pato, stay over to the left-hand side. May go first gear, possibly? No, Rob's going to stay in second.
You're going to want that traction out of that corner because of the off-camber.
Yeah, and again, off-camber here for 10-11, Magulo. And then into Juncao. Oh, it's like I like to call it, is that Glock corner? Then there's 10-13, and then the Subsidio do boxes here, 10-14, and then the 10-15, which is like a name that I cannot pronounce, Arquibancadan de la Baba, I don't know, 10-15 that is, yep. Something like
That's
that.
Exactly right.
That's about 400 points in Scrabble, and that is a lap around Interlagos. So Rob sets a time 1:37.3, Ben goes 1:38.6.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to hold up.
No, and already the championship lead has gone to the pole.
I really feel like if you're Rob, you probably should have backed out of your qualifying lap to just get behind someone for a second lap slipstream.
Well,
unless he thinks he can run that really quick lap without it. It's just, it makes a lot of time on that back straight to be able to follow someone. And there's even the front straight as well.
Well, I mean,
they're coming into.
Speaking of which, there, I mean, he was the first guy out, and he's still 5th place. And I mean, Ben, who was all behind him, is sitting 10th place. So, you know, that's still solid. That's a solid lap time for Ben. We have seen 36. Well, there you go. I see that. I'm just looking at the fastest lap time, 36.7, and I think Sean Cool was doing a 36.7 around there too. So I mean, for Ben to be leading the pack, I mean, that is a pretty solid lap time. Only to be half a second off of pole position. That's a pretty decent lap time. Looking up down through the field, Austin is 6th, and he is 8/10 off the pole. Jeff Colombaro in 7th, 1.2 off pole. Thomas Walsh, in 8th. And then you got Piper in 9th. Milton, who was behind Adams the whole time, sits in 10th place. And Ash Sharp sitting in last place. He must have made a mistake. He's 8.7 off the pole position time. And Piper nearly tried to hit him in the back. As we've got 10 seconds to go until the end of qualifying. It is Carl from Cool from Clement. So the Garmin boys, they're sitting 1 and 3. Obviously no Nathan Myers too, as the clock runs out for the end of qualifying. So Rob's going to be the first guy to complete a lap. And he does improve up to 4th, 1:37.2. So I think that was only better by half a tenth that was. Looks like no improvements through the field. Thomas Welsh goes 1:37.8. That puts him into 7th place. Actually improved by about 2/10. Sharp does improve, 1:38.9. I think that still puts him in last place. Yes, indeed he does. And that's the end of qualifying. Just like that. So the championship leader, starting on the pole. He's already got 4 wins to his name. Race 7 of 18 is about to get underway. Around 10 laps around Interlagos. Here we go. We've got Carl from Cool, Clements, Adams, McEwen, Austin, Walsh. I still got to get these two mixed up. I swear down. Can Thomas still change his surname or something? I don't know. Anyway, Colombaro, Piper, Milton, and Sharp brings up the field as the red lights are on for the first race of 3, and we are underway. Good start, it looks like, from the pole sitter. And as the field go down into turn 1, hopefully no contact as we go through the centre S for the first time in race number 1. Clement's trying to have a look around the outside of Sean. Not going to happen. Oh, God, Piper a little sideways in the middle of the centre S is there, and he's managed to get away by Colombaro, I think. And here comes Ben with his poor qualifying. He's already passed the spot, and someone has gone extremely off-wide. That's Colombaro going extremely wide there through the Curve del Sol. Well, it looks like he's all the way down into last place, and he's already passed Ash Sharp in the process. But meanwhile, already Nicholas Cow, check it out already. 1.3 second he has over the rest of the field. Oh, did you see something there?
Nope, hit a wrong button. We're good though. My bad.
Oh, okay then. Looking at the defending champion, Lee McEwen, and Thomas Walsh got a little sideways through turn 8. I don't know if he got a bit of help.
Ben just got pushed off and back through there as well in the back, so he's going to have to battle back through.
I was just going to ride on board, looking at a replay with Welsh. So going through Laranjina, that's turn 7. Now it's a turn 8. Oh, yeah, there was a bit of contact again, and Piper again with his aggressiveness. He's going to lose out on a spot to his teammate Ben. Oh, and then he gets tagged again from Ben. So the BMW boys are really bullying the only Hyundai driver in the field at the moment. So yeah, Thomas holds on to that 7th place though, but leading the way is the championship leader, Carl. 1 second though, he's lost 3 tenths though on the that lap, but you can see that
Chris Clements in 3rd has a pretty good run here as well.
He's got a great one, but he's going to go to the outside, going into the centre S on Cool. Not going to happen just yet, but takes a nice line. Sean didn't, so that might help him going in towards the curve of Du Sol. Here he goes. He's going to go around the outside again. Does he fake to go to the inside? No, tucks into the slipstream. Sean protects that 2nd place. And, oh, there's a little bit of contact again. And I think Sean has just protected that 2nd place, but Chris looking quite good at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, most everyone's just kind of lined up so far, just fitting in, finding out where they want to go.
Clements then having a look to the inside again through turn.
He keeps getting himself
8.
set up on the outside, though.
Oh, he's going to have a good run here if he can stay still side by side with Sean, and he doesn't. But I'll tell you what, Chris looks very racy at the moment. I'm just looking at the tyre strategies there. Yeah,
he's
Sean's on the softs.
Catch up too.
Yeah, he's letting everyone catch up because Sean started the race on softs, and I think Clements and all these drivers have started on the super soft. So obviously the super soft tyres are going to be quicker, but they will wear a lot quicker than the softs. And you can see that Sean is definitely hauling a massive traffic jam.
Long either. It's fantastic driving. I mean, just drive it defensive. He doesn't have to keep them back long to make this work out and to be on super softs close while they're on softs.
And Sean's going into the pits. Yeah, Sean's into the pits, and Rob goes into 2nd place because he's just passed Clements through turn 15. So Rob, the opportunist driver that he is, goes into 2nd place and gained 2 spots in the process. And Clements, who was trying to get by Cool, then Cool gets by. Cool goes into the pit lane, and he's still got another VXR Mazda in front of him.
Well, all him slowing everybody down is let Adam Piper and everybody else just kind of gather up behind him, and even Adam Piper's on softs as well. So this worked out perfect for him to be able to switch onto the racing softs and still be with the pack.
So Sean has made his pit stop as well as McEwen. He must have made his pit stop. I think it was on the 2nd lap too. So too did Ben. I think Ash also made his pit stop possibly on the 1st lap. So the top 7 yet to make a pit stop, but still out front is Carl. 3 lap, we're into the 3rd lap, and he's already got a 3.7 second lead. I mean, that's already a dominating performance already from the championship leader. 2nd is still Rob Adams.
It helps out a lot to have 2nd place slow everybody down behind you as well, so you just have clean air after lap 1.
Indeed, yeah, indeed. And again, here comes Clements. He's trying to have a look on the inside at turn 11. Not going to happen. But Clements is looking very racy. He wants to get that 2nd place, definitely. But he's got to be careful, because if he leaves a gap, Austin can make a move on the inside, and that BMW behind him.
Yeah, I mean, 2nd through 6th right now is kind of all just waiting for anyone to make any mistakes that they can dive in on.
Which Thomas Welsh decides to come into the pits, so Walsh comes in.
Yeah, I'd expect the people on the super softs to be out there for 7 or 8 laps before they come in, since everyone on the softs are coming in on their 2nd and 3rd laps. Clearly the super softs aren't going to run out too fast.
No, but with the tyre wear at times 2. I don't think there's that much of a drop, though, with the tyre wear at times 2. I don't think it would be, but here comes Clements then to the inside at turn 4. Has he got it done on Rob Adams? He may have. Yes, indeed he does. So it is a Mitsubishi 1 and 2. And then you've got Adams now relegated to 3rd, and Alex Austin all over the back of the Mazda in 3rd place.
And it's a perfect place to be right now. You know, just if they can pull you around and you can just take advantage of the straights, you can get some pretty good times, because if the people on the super softs behind you are just running straight laps the whole time, they're going to be gaining on you if you battle too much up here right now, because they're probably not, you have to assume they're not battling behind you, even though they may be.
Yeah. Just having a look then for the guys that have made their pit stop. McEwen leads the way. He's just managed to get by Sean Cool. So that's a position change for 5th place. And Thomas Walsh all over the back of Sean Cool in that Mazda. Then you've got Adam Piper, followed by his teammate Ben. And then Colin Barrow, the American, in 10th. And then Ash Sharp sitting there in last place. We are expecting another driver to make it, Nathan Tompkinson to make a return. So we'll have 2 Aeon Hyundais in this. But it looks like Carl is going to stay out. Clements is also going to stay out. Rob's come in. Does Austin... No, Austin stays out. So he says...
That is very early on the super softs to be coming in, though.
Yeah, well, might work, might not. We'll see.
I mean, you gotta sometimes do different stuff, right? It just seems like those would probably hold up lap times longer.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed a bit of a trend that some of the drivers wants to get the pit stop over and done with on the first lap, I suppose, as McEwen goes out just ahead of Adams. But is he going to come out ahead of his teammates? Sean's getting a good push there from Thomas Walsh. Oh my! That was close, and Sean's gave his teammate a lot of room. Oh, and Walsh!
Thomas has had a few. They've had a few contacts.
Wow, that was an interesting moment there. I think Thomas was the big loser in all that. Let's get a replay on that. So he was trying to get by. So he was helping Sean in the slipstream. Got by Adam. Oh, we got into the back of him.
He got into him on the braking. Yeah,
he really got into him. Oh, and then Sean just turned really sharp down on him. He was like, nah, I wasn't too happy with that there, Thomas. Down the positions you go, son. That's what it looked like.
I mean, they're all still here battling, though.
Yeah, they are.
So it's not all over just yet. Thomas has fallen back some from it, but...
I mean, if they continue to battle, which you can see the BMW boys, they made a little contact pipe at Milton just ahead. It should count. Milton get the rear end sideways through there. Nice save from Ben as Clements makes his pit stop. But my oh my, the BMW boys, they're really racing. It's allowed the Mazdas
that speed and keep the slip. What racing!
That was a nice save from Ben. And again, it was the aggressiveness again from Piper.
I mean, you got to go back for the position if you do that, right?
Oh, you have to.
He's going for it, right?
You have to go for it. You have to go for it. But she has done. He's going for it again. Oh my God, that's a different line. He's got the position though, but that might be under the stewards there because that was a different line he took. Absolutely different line for Ben, but he's got the position. I've just seen Clements there coming out there in 4th place. He's just gone out behind McEwen. So McEwen with that early pit stop has really jumped the field. He's up to 3rd place now. So only 2 guys have yet to make a pit stop. That's the leader, Carl, and Austin. But that was some pretty impressive racing back there between Milton and Piper.
It was quite impressive, yeah. And I mean, they're all still gathering up. They've settled down a little bit, but I mean, they're going to all end up pulling in together again, and that's going to be exciting to watch.
Again, Milton getting the rear back end loose there through Larangini. Sorry, that was turn 8, my apologies. And he's now setting his sights on Sean Cool. These two finished 2nd and 3rd in last season's championship. And Ben definitely looking racy now that he's on the super soft tyres, and he's starting to close a little bit in on Cool, which Cool's back end looks, you know, very scratched there from the contact from Thomas Welsh did a lap ago. As Austin makes his pit stop, so he's going to come out in the thick of this battle.
I wonder if he's going to let him take the run on him. Oh, he just gave it up.
I don't
Sean's
know.
up the inside.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, that's teammates, you know. I don't know if there's team orders in that camp, but it looks like Sean has got that position. So he's up into 4th place. Adam's down to 5th.
BMWs are treating each other like that. Oh, he is going to come out right in the middle of everything, huh?
He is now. Here he goes. He's going to try and...
He's
going to be fine. Oh my, look at that. That's a massive drop there. Oh, was that Thomas? Oh, he's having a look to the inside. Turn 4. More contact. I tell you what, these two have been at it since the first lap. Oh my, oh my. And this is what BTCC is all about. This is what it's all about, like.
It's exciting.
It may be a sound a bit aggressive, but I tell you what, if Adam needs to cool down, he needs some cool. That's what he needs. Just cool yourself down, Adam. Come on.
Well, everyone else is battling just enough to keep them in it as well.
Yeah, I mean, nearly 2 seconds away. I mean, if Thomas and Adam would keep battling, it's going to allow Ben and Rob and that to pull away. And I mean, they're definitely not helping each other. But you know, Ben, who's sitting there in 7th place, will be thinking, okay, then I don't have any pressure behind. As the leader,
Sean's got
Carlson,
a good run on Alex as well.
Let's have a look. Yeah, so going through the last corner. It's right on board with Austin. Yeah, that's he's all over the back of the BMW. So Carl makes his pit stop. He's going on to the soft tyres. And there comes Sean to the inside, into the centre S. Can he stick it? Can he brave and go in towards the centre S? Yes, indeed he does. Another good pass there from Sean. That's back-to-back overtakes he's done on that lap. Now, is Carl going to come out ahead? Yeah, indeed he is. Yeah, he's going to come out way ahead of the pack in 2nd place. So Carl will protect this lead, and it looks like he's going to be on course for a 5th win of the season, and will probably extend his championship lead by another 3 points over the guy that's 2nd in the championship, which is that guy, Liam McEwen.
It's going to be tough to make up 5 seconds. Even though he's on the softer compounds, we should be roughly running faster laps. The initial slowdown where 2nd place held the entire field up probably is going to be the difference maker for Interlagos.
Oh, Rob's had a moment there through Ferradura. He completely understeered through turn 6, and he's lost a spot there at turn 8 to Ben. So Rob made a mistake. So he's now been dumped to 7th place. Oh, got a bit of lag on my screen. I think we're all good. Just a little lag spike. Nothing worried about. But Austin's actually gained that 4th place back.
Yeah, the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and potentially 7th is still up in the air. And then the podium's just could potentially switch as well. Still, because they're way wide.
Austin went very wide. I don't know if he had a bit of help at Juncal. But Sean has got by that 4th place. I don't know if I'm too late to see a replay. Let's see it then. Yeah, oh, he just mistimed his brake and car understeered.
It's a tough corner.
Yeah, it is a tough corner because you go up the hill
you just want to get on the accelerator so much because you know how much speed you can carry the earlier you get on it.
Yeah, so a little mistake there from Alex, and he's down to 5th place. He's got his teammate all over the back of him, literally bump drafted him, NASCAR style, through the Curve du Sol. Tucks in behind again of Austin. So we're on to the penultimate lap. Carl leads the gap 5.7 seconds over McEwen, who is nearly 4 tenths quicker than ahead of Chris Clements.
Amazing battle.
And then you got this mad battle for 4th place between the VXR boys and the BMW boys. And I think that was I thought Milton was trying to have a pass on his teammate. I think there's no team orders in the RAC camp, at least.
Now, BMWs have their own race, it seems.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the last lap. It doesn't even teammates go out the window in the last lap.
Yeah, definitely. Friendships out the window as Ben has a look on the inside at Bico de Pato. Not going to do it there. Alex's rear end just gets a little kick out there for going into Magulo. My, I mean, this is only just the first race. I can imagine what the reverse grid order is going to be like for race 3. It's going to be absolutely insane, as it always is. Oh, just you watch.
I'm wondering if Chris is going to be able to get a run on Liam to get into the 2nd place by the end of the race as well. He's been following him for a solid 2 or 3 laps now, just right on him, but just can't really get anywhere to get a go going.
If there's one thing I've learned about the Mitsubishi as we head on to the last lap now, is that the Mitsubishi looks like to be the OP car in the championship. However, it really struggles for straight line speed. It's like one of the slowest cars on the straight line. Even the Hyundai is even quicker on than the Mitsubishi. He's flashing the lights to try and put Liam off now. He's trying to do some tactics.
Well, that's kind of one of the advantages of being behind in their race. You can use the slipstream, but eventually if you need to get by, it can be problematic without them making any mistakes in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. And also when you're right behind it as well, you're going to have to put a little more steering input there. He is still flashing the lights on McEwen. He's trying to put him off, but, you know, McEwen, defending champion, I don't think he's too much of a rookie to learn that mistake. I'm just looking there, back through the field there. Ben's gone up into 5th place. Alex down to 6th. Adams
yeah, he passed him at the start of the lap. He got a good run coming down and just got around him. But they're battling down the lap and through the Senna S's. Definitely gave a little bit of space to Sean.
Yeah. But I'm just seeing again here the battle for second place. Can he do it for Jun Cao? I don't think he's going to do it. Looks like Clements is going to be content to sit in that third position. But Nicholas Cao, 7.2 seconds he has over the guy second place. As he flashes
Adam
the lights.
Piper just got that all wrong at the end and just gave like 5 positions. Maybe not 5, that's probably an exaggeration.
It was Adam.
I caught it at the very end, yeah.
Oh, he was in 9th place.
Oh,
he gets it all wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
I caught the very end.
Yeah, he got that. He got that completely lost it in Magulo there. Anyway,
he probably didn't give up 5 places. I don't remember what position he was in.
He was still in. He was
top 5.
He was still in 9th place. He was behind Thomas Walsh, so he didn't lose any ground.
You're right.
But anyway, so Nicholas Cole wins race 1, his 5th win of the season. McEwen 2nd, and Clements in 3rd. And I think it was Sean Cool that got the 4th place out of that insane battle there. I think it was, wasn't it?
I believe that's correct. Get the confirmation. A second.
Chris is actually saying, what lap did Liam Pitt put on? I'm guessing you put him Pitt on. I think he may have pitted on the first lap, I think. First or second lap at least. I'll put the results up here for you right now. So, yeah, so Carl wins the race. 6.8 seconds was the winning advantage over McEwen. 3rd was Chris Clements. Sean Cool was the winner ahead of that battle for 4th place over Ben Milden. His teammate Alex Austin in 6th. Adams in 7th. Welsh in 8th. Piper 9th. Colin Barrow 10th. And we didn't see a lot of Ash Sharp or Colin Barrow, but they were 10th and 11th. So what did you think of that then, the first race?
That was a good fun race to watch. That was a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, a couple people who kind of fell back, but that happens at Interlagos. You get it just a little bit wrong, and the track can get you together and get you all, sorts of sideways quick. But everyone kept it together. The battling was aggressive, but pretty fair. Like, it was fair play across the board for all the battling. Like, you do something dirty to me, I'll just come back at you a little bit, and we'll just continue on. That's the coolest racing I've seen, right? That's awesome. I love it.
That's the typical Adam Piper
that just looks like absolute
move.
Fun. Everyone has to be like smiling after that kind of racing.
Oh, trust me, you get some very angry people after these races, believe me. Right, so we're getting on with the
I'm
bowl.
Smiling.
Well, we are, because we're not driving. We're just talking about it.
That's the best place to be.
I know, it's the best place to be. Exactly. Yeah, we're just miles away from all the,
I'm all about the dirty bumping and all that stuff, and I'm just watching.
Oh, wow. Right, so anyways, we're going to get on with the ball draw because Ben's going to be waiting very impatiently. So I've already took a ball out. We've only got 11 numbers in, so if I pick balls 12 to 15, then I'm oops-a-daisy. So this is to determine who will start on the poll for race 2. And it is number 8. So it will be Rob Adams will start on the poll for race 2. Then it will be Nicholas Cole will start 2nd. Oh, no, sorry. I go back to the race results. My apologies.
Thomas?
Oh, no. It was Thomas. My apologies. Yeah, so Thomas Welsh will start on the poll. Not Rob Adams. It was, Thomas Walsh will start on the poll. And then it will be Nicholas Cole that will start 2nd place. So I will let Ben know. So, yeah. What we're going to expect then in race 2? Probably the same, I'd reckon.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone wants to compete with Nicklaus, they probably can't just let him run away while they all battle for 2nd. You probably make sure we get some defense on him. But, I mean, that's a fantastic race by him. I expect probably the same thing if he can get around early and get past and just let everybody else bully each other and not be part of that. But, I mean, what was that? 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th? I couldn't even tell you who's going to be ahead in that stuff. Like,
No.
Who knows? I mean, probably whoever gets to the inside first will come out in front, I guess. That was some fantastic racing. I can't wait to see more. I mean, people are sliding sideways, catching it, and just hooking right back into the draft. It's fantastic.
Indeed, it's what it always is in the British Touring Cars. We've got 7 people watching right now and only 2 likes. Give this video a thumbs up, please, people, as well. It'll be nice. And I think they're very close to getting 170 subscribers as well. So if there's anyone new, give it a subscribe too. That'll be good for them as well.
Excellent.
While I munch on a strawberry, do you think Nicholas Cole will go back-to-back?
I mean, based on what you said, he's won the majority of the races, or just over majority, I guess, now that he took the last one. So I'd say he probably has a good odds. Starting at the front in any kind of, battling kind of racing is always going to be beneficial because, the more you can get away from the battling, the more likely you can just walk home with it. So I think he probably could. It's just really going to depend on how defensive and how aggressive they are around him and early on the race. The easiest way to slow down the faster driver is just not to let him by. It's easier to defend than it is to attack. So get around him as aggressive as you can and then just defend your life away. And yeah, that causes problems, slows down, and I could see it happening, but most likely first impression, probably not.
Okay.
But right. I'm excited to see what happens, right?
Yeah.
We'll see what he can do when he starts at the back.
Yeah, for race 3.
On a reverse order, right?
Yeah.
But who knows? Someone gets into the back of him, everyone has bad races. But I wouldn't expect it, no.
I think we go back to the Catalonia race. We did the reverse grid order for the third race there. I think we had about 13 people there, and he still managed to win it. So I don't I don't think it's an improbable task for Carl to maybe go do the triple again like he did at Catalonia 2 weeks ago. If you were a driver, what would you start the race on, and where would you pit?
I think it really depends on where I was in the field, most likely. But I feel it'd be hard not to stop on the start on the super softs and just get through the field, get as far up as you can. The pit timer at Interlagos isn't the shortest, but it's not like a huge pit timer, especially if you're just grabbing like some tires real quick. Yeah, it's probably only going to add 7 or 8 seconds, maybe 11 seconds tops. So I can't imagine I'd want to do anything other than, like I said, it's easier to defend than attack. So let me get as far out as I can. And then just, if people are going to catch up to me, let me defend on softs. I'd rather attack on super softs and defend on softs than try to attack on softs and then be defending it. Like, it's not enough time to attack on super softs at the end. So it kind of depends. If I was ahead of Niklaus, maybe go softs just to try to really pin him back and slow him down. But if he gets by, it's over.
Anyways, we've got race 2 underway. So the post-hitter Thomas Welsh leads the field going in towards turn 2. They're nearly 4 abreast going in towards the centre S. And there's bumping and barging already. Sean Cool got pushed away from Austin, but holds on. Makes contact though, and around goes Ben. Ben just been hit from Sean Cool there. So Ben down to last place already, but he did have help from behind by his good friend there, Sean Cool. Let's ride on board. So there was contact there with Austin. That was... that was Austin. My apologies with Sean, and then he tried to stick it, but then makes contact with Ben in the process.
That's tough.
So to the Sharp at the moment too. And in fact, looking at the back there, Sean slowed down to let Ben by, so he averted his own penalty as
Fair
Ben
play.
nearly gets it all wrong, nearly in towards Ferradura there. I was trying to get the track name back up again. Yeah, look at it again here at the replay. So yeah, contact there with Austin, gets into the back of Sean. Turn 2 at the centre S, just gets into the back of him. Yep.
Yeah, it's tough right off the start. It's easy to go too wide. It's easy to get sideways, and there's just nowhere to go at that point.
Meanwhile, back up front, Thomas is holding his own. The only Hyundai in the field, waiting for his teammate Nathan Tompkinson to make a return into the championship. Hopefully he'll be there for race 3, but you can see Nicholas Cole already stalking on Welsh.
Go defensive?
He'll have to probably go defensive in the pitting. Yet no, they decided not to. I don't know why I pushed the V button, because that was the wrong button to go for. I went to push the K button, and then here we go. He's going defensive, so going into towards the centre S for the second time. Nearly gets into Cole. Carl's got a great run in the middle of the centre S, and now into the Kevin Dussault. He's going to literally bump the back of the Hyundai, probably try and find a way through going into the Interlagos, now into the right at Aposta. Look at the defending that Welsh is trying to do just to hold off.
That's what you do.
That's what you got to do. That's what you have to do when you're fending off it in a championship leader.
Get over and defend it, and just get more people to catch up and help me defend this. The more people here, the better.
I mean, really, Clement's there in third position. Carl's teammate is not really doing anything because he's nearly a second back. He's not really defending it there. Oh my God, what a run there did he have there of Ferradura and Laragina. Welsh trying to squeeze him out of a turn 8. Now into Penarino, but then Welsh...
Niklaus is going to take first.
But Welsh will have the inside for turn 10. And he's going to hold on to it. There's some really good defensive driving this from Thomas Welsh.
To defend the next one too.
Now again, he goes to the outside of Magulo now. My, oh my, this is some good racing. And now Clements is definitely catching up. He's half a second back. So now he's got this party that's right behind him, which is McEwen in fourth.
Yeah, that's
and
what he needs.
Piper
He needs
fifth.
more people up here to help him slow this down.
Just looking here, they both started the race on the super soft, so this is some entertaining racing already. And fair play to Thomas Welsh to defend his lead. He's trying every bit of tarmac that he can find where Nicholas Cole doesn't need to go, but some superb driving this here from Thomas to defend and hold off the championship leader. I was trying to outbrake himself in the middle of a set of S's. Clements did that too, and he's through. Nice pass there from Cole up into the lead.
What a move.
So we'll go back on board. Was he late on the brakes going in towards the centre S? He broke it about the 50-metre board.
Thomas is on the outside.
We're just going back again. I'm just seeing there. Oh, he's trying again, isn't he? And look further back now.
To get it back.
Look further back now. Clements and McEwen have invited themselves into the battle, so it's a 4-car scrap for the lead now.
Well, Alex Austin and Adam Piper are coming in right behind them. They're not battling each other easy, so they're closing that gap in on this battle too.
Yeah, definitely. They must be working together. So we're going to have ourselves a 6-car battle for the lead of the race. And then you've also got Sean Coe and Jeff Colombaro, the two VXR teammates. They're running 7-8, but they're pretty a bit far back away from Austin too, as we're still riding on board with the back of the championship leader, Nicholas Cole. But yeah, 6-car battle for the lead now as we're going on towards lap 4, as we're heading in towards Junção. Slightly putting a little bit away now is Cole on Thomas. Oh, he goes a little wide though. Oh, he's not really lost a little time. Thomas didn't get a real
good run out of there either though. He's still in the slip though. The slip's only about 7.75 there, so he is barely holding it right now.
But again, we talk about the straight line speed, how much that Hyundai is quicker than the Mitsubishi on the straightaway. And I mean, I'm not saying about the like it helping him in the slipstream. That Hyundai is quite quick.
People are starting to come in. Sean, Liam, and Adam Piper are in to get their super softs.
Yeah, they'll make their one and only pit stop here. But Thomas Welsh on course for his best result of the season if he can hold off Chris Clements there. I think Carl was nearly away out of the slipstream from Welsh, so if Carl can hold on here, not do a little mistake, then it could be 2 for 2 at Interlagos for the championship leader. As Sharp is also into the pits as well from 8th.
Yeah, I don't really remember off the top of my head, but I don't think the stopping on one pit or on just running one lap on the softs was what everyone was doing. So they're still trying to get 3 laps for their super softs. So the whole track almost is on super softs now. Rob has switched back over to softs, so he's on a very short super soft stint.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Just see his best lap was the 6 temps there, slower than his teammate Sean Coe, who sets the fastest lap there, and he sits there in 10th place, but he made that pit stop. So yeah, he's on the super softs, and he's got Ben, who he spun out on the first lap, all over the back of him. Just having a look further back again at the front of the field, the gap just over the second though, but I mean again,
he's brought it down a little bit. It was like 1.4, so he is kind of closing it back down.
Oh, Clement going into the pit lane, wanting to go for the undercut now on Thomas, and he started on soft, so he'll go to the super softs. Austin now in 3rd. Colombaro, we haven't seen Colombaro up here at the front, your fellow American, doing a good job there.
He's doing a fantastic job. I mean, he had a quick pace last race as well. It wasn't a pace, just sometimes it's easy to get sideways.
And I think McEwen, who made this pit stop, he's now in 5th place, so a bit more lag on the screen. He's ahead of Piper, and then you've got Adams still in 7th place. Cool has managed to get by Ben, so Cool up into 9th place, and I just seen Clements come out right in front now of McEwen, and Piper getting a little weavy.
It was him and Rusty, I can't remember, sorry. Clements, that's it.
Oh, wow, that was a block.
We're in a hard battle right there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful there with Piper, because I think the drivers would know how much of an aggressive driver Piper is. We saw the calamity that he did last week at St. Croix, as Liam nearly left the door a bit open. It's a turn 8. Just about, but
sometimes you got to put your elbows out to win, and sometimes that comes with some penalties.
Yeah, it's just a do or die reward if
Lewis
you will.
Hamilton's gotten some penalties. Sometimes you gotta put the elbows out.
Indeed, at that corner where I'm just looking at the battle now with Alex Albon, if you remember back, 2019.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I mean, once again, we're shaping up to a real close battle. Everyone's got a lot of times just real battles with 5 laps to go with everyone, plus about half the field's going to still come in to switch their tires on this lap or the next lap or two. As, the leaders are starting to come over the top, the podium sitters. So the Americans going into second, it looks like.
Yeah, Colin Bardo up into second place. He's going to stay out. Thomas Ross, the pole sitter, stays out. Quite interesting to see the Carl pitting in early. He didn't pit in early in the first race. I think he pitted in on, what was it, lap 7? I think it was. So that's quite interesting there for Carl to come into the pit lane halfway through the race. He'll probably come out still ahead of McEwen. Let's ride on board with McEwen. I'm just looking at the back. Yeah, he's just gone ahead. So he's just ahead of McEwen. So that's effectively the lead right there. So we're going to see again a battle reuniting for the first race between Clements and McEwen. And then you've got Piper in the background, followed by Adams in the VXR. And then you've got, I think that's Alex Austin in 8th place. And behind him is Cool and Milton. So I think only the top 2 in the race that have not yet made a pit stop, Welsh and... Oh, I've just noticed there, McEwen has just been passed by Clements. Let's see what happened here. So, again, going into turn 8, late on the brakes, late lunge, little bit of contact, and he's through, up into 4th place. So Clements has found a way by the defending champion. Nice pass.
Absolutely.
Carl's already gaining up.
Kind of lining up.
Yeah, again lining up, and I think the championship leader Carl was already gaining on Colin Barlow. So I wondered if Colin Barlow will make a pit stop now. Indeed, he does. Walsh stays out and does another lap.
One more. I mean, his tires aren't bad. His times aren't coming off too. Oh wait. Oh my, I have a bug. Never mind. He hasn't pitted.
No, he hasn't
he's pitted like
no.
4 times.
No, he's stayed out. He's been a little bit erratic with those lap times. 138.8, 137, and a 138.0. So he doesn't want to be doing that against the guy against Nicholas Carl. Anyways, I mean the gap is 9.2 seconds. It is like roughly about 10 seconds the time when you come in and when you come out the pits. About roughly. I think you would say that correctly. About 9 seconds to 11 seconds is.
Yeah, that's where I usually put it for a tire change. Everywhere's a little bit different, so I'm sure they probably know exactly how long it takes to go in and come out of the pit. So if it's about 9 to 11 seconds, you probably want to really push here, because you're not going to get the straight line speed advantage on one lap because you're going into the pits, right? And that's where he's getting a lot of his time is when he gets on these straights, it pulls away, and then the time comes down through all these twisty sections. Where that Mitsubishi just flies.
Just looking here at a replay, so we're seeing here Adam Piper getting it all wrong through Ferradura, absolutely full on sideways, lost a spot to Adams in the process, and then there comes Sean Cool, passes him through turn 8. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a bit of contact between the pair of them, but he just manages to hold on to that 7th place. Now I'm just going back to the live action to see if he can hold on to that 7th place. Yes, indeed he does, and now Thomas finally comes into the pits. So I've seen the lap before they made the pit stop was 9.2. It went down to 8.3. So Nicholas gained a second alone on that lap. So we're just seeing Nicholas Carl. He's just going through the centre S right now.
He might come out in front of him.
I think he might come behind actually, will Thomas. Carl will probably have the jump.
No,
I reckon.
He's going to fall back right into that podium battle.
Yeah, he's going to fall right into the 2nd place battle, I reckon. He might lose another spot actually. He's down to 4th place. But he's going to have fresher tyres though than McEwen and Clements ahead. So he's got at least about 2 laps to try and get 2nd place at least.
And then it's just amazing side-by-side battling behind with the BMWs and Mazdas each having their own private battle against each other, behind each other.
Indeed. Oh, Austin! Hold on to her. My, oh my. Tell you what, them BMW drivers have really got their arms out. We saw Milton have a great save at Junção at the first race, and I've just seen their Piper getting it fully sideways, where Austin had it sideways there too. The BMW boys, they're sticking their noses out here.
I'm a huge fan of BMW, and I mean, it's just kind of how you have to drive BMWs, you know? You gotta be a little squirrely with them.
I don't know, for some odd reason, my dream car's a BMW Roadster from like 2000. I just love the front end of it. I don't know why, I just love it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I could deal with one of those.
I've even got like a wee like die-cast model somewhere on my bedroom wall with me with the BMW Roadster.
Oh, going into turn 1 for the podium, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are all right with each other.
Oh,
side by side.
Yeah, a bit of contact, and I think Clements has gone off. Yeah, he's mistimed his braking, and he's going to lose 2 spots. Contact at turn 2, but Clements down into 4th place now.
And then behind is the same battle going with the BMWs and Mazdas.
Yeah, so I'm just going to have a look at a replay here. I don't think McEwen did anything wrong. Going in, oh, he may have just leaned a bit on Clements, sorry. And I think that's what mistimed his braking point.
Oh, he's going inside on the grass almost.
Who was that? Who was that?
Adam. And Sean's way wide.
Oh, they're going to go 3 abreast off of turn 5. Wow, my, I mean, that's what you get from Adam Piper these days. Like, how incredibly aggressive he is. But that's a huge defend there from Sean. They're going to go 3 abreast there. And Sean just was going towards Columbia, I think.
Oh, Rob's worked his way up into 5th.
Yes, yeah, he's got by Alex Austin. See if I can get a replay of that.
He's coming back at him.
Oh, he went around the outside at turn 8, I believe that was. Yeah, he must have went around the outside of Austin. That was a solid pass.
Oh, he's trying to get the run set up to get the position back right now. He even slowed down a little bit to get the angle on the corner so he could just get in that accelerator as soon as possible, it looked like.
Here we go then, coming on to the last lap for the second race of free round 8 of the BTCC Blueprints with Paul Welsh. Oh, is he? Oh, hang on. There's about.
Thomas is trying to get it up the outside.
Oh, Clements sticking his nose in there. Got the inside for turn 3. Kevin Dussault, and he's up into that 3rd position. So Clements looks like he's going to go for back-to-back 3rd place finishes. I don't think he's got time to catch him with McEwen. But meanwhile, this battle for 5th place is still raging. Oh, contact on the straightaway. Teammates there, Adams and Cool, contact on the straightaway. Oh, I'll tell you what, there's no team orders now with this race. As you said there in the first race, friendship, teammates out the window. It's every man for himself now.
I mean, we got 5 cars battling from 9th all the way to 5th for the final lap.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at it right now. So Austin's going to have to defend the race of his life if he can hold on to a top 5 spot. Cool, who's had a rather eventful race too, getting into the back of Milton and on the first lap, and then trying to methodically work his way up through the field. But I'll tell you what, this is some effort. This Ben's dropped down to 9th. I don't think he's going to catch up to Piper or whatever. Further back, the Piper trying to have a look on the inside of Adams. Not going to do it there just yet, although he gets a little sideways off of Bico de Pato. So he might have lost the spot though to Milton possibly. No, he doesn't. Meanwhile, back up front, Nicholas Cole.
The Klaus. Yep.
Yeah, just looking at him through him right now. Last corner then for Nicholas. 2 wins in a row. It's actually 3 effectively because he did win the final round, the final race.
Oh, Sean has a run. He might beat him to the line here.
Here we go. Let's have a look then. McEwen gets 2nd. Clements in 3rd.
Oh, he
Thomas
bumped
Welsh.
into him.
And yeah, Austin just gets 5th place by a 10th of a second over Sean. Cool. Adams gets 7th.
Sean might have had it too, but he like kind of just barely got into him when he tried to move out behind him. So kind of gave him that little bit of a boost so he couldn't get alongside him to make the run.
Yeah, there was a little bump there. Yeah, just looked at the replay. He did get the bump. So Sean had to settle for 6th. Adam 7th, Piper 8th, Milton, Colombado and Sharp brings out the whole field. So, again, Nicholas Cole extends his championship lead now up to, I believe that's now 39 points over McEwen. 6 wins out of 8. He's definitely the one to dominate in his championship by the looks of it.
I mean, he's consistent, hitting his lines, and everyone behind him is constantly battling. You know, that almost at the last race there was a good opportunity if everyone could have gotten around him to help pin him back, but I mean, what are you supposed to do when you're faster than everybody else? You know, everyone else just needs to keep up, kind of, and he's running clean races. Nothing much you can do. That's just great driving, right? Big fan.
I'm just wondering there, because you see the driver rating. I mean, I'm a bit skeptical of this, but I've noticed that the driver ratings is about, you got like the likes of Milden and Sharp. They're probably like a B class rated driver, but I've just noticed their Carl's an A plus. Are you faster being an A plus driver than say a B class driver, a driver rating?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just kind of do the obvious answer and say, like, well, obviously. Normally, yeah, for sure. Like, are there B-rated drivers who are as fast as an A or A-plus driver, and they just don't deal with the daily system and just can't stand the penalties and all that stuff? I'm sure, but in general, no. If you're an A-plus driver and someone else has a B next to their name, you're maybe not faster than them on like just a let's go run laps for an hour and see who can put down the fastest lap, but let's go run a race for 15 laps and see if you can hit every apex every time. That's where the A plus drivers just shine. They don't miss an apex, they don't get on the accelerator too early, they are just really consistent in their racing. So that's usually where that speed comes in, is that over the course of 7, 8, 12, 20 laps, they just don't make enough mistakes and their lap times look the same across the board, where, like if I'm racing, my lap times just are like a scatter plot of times.
Yeah, same as me. Yeah. So we're getting ourselves ready for race 3. Hopefully we'll get to see Tompkinson in this race. Which I wonder if you have to.
Reverse grid, you said.
Yeah,
so
this is a fully reverse grid order, so
the entire field this time to get the win. Right.
Which I mean, he has done it before. He did do it in Catalunya 2 weeks ago. Although he sort of struggled around St. Croix last week, he didn't win race 2. It was race 3 that he won. So effectively, he's 3 in a row. He can go for 4 in a row here when this race is over. As we're just looking here at Colin Barrow, just tested his card out around here for the final race. So if Tompkinson can make it, I'm guessing Tompkinson will have to start last in the field, I'm guessing.
If you set it to reverse order, it's going to force put him at first.
Oh, would it be first? All right, okay.
Yeah,
it's just because
he would technically have not raced, so he'd be the last place person.
Well, Ben's wanting to get on with it here. I've just noticed here from the chat. Colin Barrow says hi. Graham Murray is one of Ash's friends. There'll be a mates rate detail soon. Okay. Oh, we're getting ready for the final. So it looks like Tompkinson isn't going to be racing. And Sharp said in the chat they're not having a fun night tonight. Now, I could possibly tell that you're not having a fun night tonight there, Ash. But you never know. Hopefully race 3 will be a little bit better for you. That's where you got your podium last week. So we'll find out. This is the reverse order for race 9 of the championship. It is Sharp. I haven't seen a lot of Ash Sharps. Hopefully we'll get to see a bit more drivers hanging off him. Colin Barrow, Milton, Piper, Adams, Cool, Austin, Walsh. That's 8th, isn't it? Yep. Then you got Clements, McEwen, and then Carl starting 11th and last. So hopefully Ash Sharp, who's had back-to-back last place finishes, can hopefully convert this to a decent finish here as the lights go out. We are underway for the last race of the night. Looks like he's had a decent start. And he's going to go through into towards turn 1, leading the field. There's Piper again. I'm going to keep an eye on Piper because he's been pretty much exciting tonight as they're nearly 3 abreast going into a set of S's. Sorry. I don't really know what Ollie Croft would always say about the set of S's, but it looks like Colin Barrow's nearly going to be closelined here. Look at that, 3 abreast there. Nowhere to go. Look at this. Oh my, this is going to have
5 of them going into this.
Oh, careful, boys, but keep it clean.
3.
Keep it clean. Austin gets a little sideways.
Everybody's catching stuff this race. The BMWs are always sideways.
That's what you get with them. That's what you get with the BMW boys, right? Definitely.
Tell me about it. Oh,
was there contact ever back?
Rob's just battling and it was getting a little squirrely.
Just seeing there the championship leader already. Yeah, Nicholas is already on the outside, and that is at turn 9. That would have been Pinarino, I think that is. Yeah, indeed it is. So he's already up into 8th place. He's got his teammate just ahead, Clements, who's had back-to-back 3rd place finishes. But meanwhile, Ben is in the lead of the race, and Adams has left the room. So that's a retirement there. Unfortunately, that might be maybe a lag connection or a lag issue. because we have seen the lobby being a little bit spiky. He was trying to fix his internet, so not unless if he's been lagged out, possibly.
Well, Thomas is being smart about this. He's just been following. He basically let Niklaus by once he battled him for a minute, and he's just been following him since.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I tell you,
I thought he was going to force him into the pits.
Yeah, I think there was some battling in the pit lane. I think Clements was going to go into the pits as well, but he was side by side with McEwen. So McEwen goes into the pit lane. Looks like Clements is going to stay out for another lap. As Sharp goes into the lead. I know he lost the lead. Oh, he's trying to push Milton off to the track. Now they're going to be free abreast today. No, they're not. Sorry. Carry on.
They pretty much are.
Oh, they're free abreast moving for second place.
Where did this run come from for Cologne?
Colombado, there's contact and Milton sideways through turn 4. I tell you what, Ash, even though you're not having a fun night, we're definitely having a fun night here. Like, so the Sharp still leads, Milton second, Cool into third, Colombado fourth, championship leader already up into 5th place, and then Thomas Walsh, in 6th place. Then you got Clements, and I think then Piper made a pit stop, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Piper, Austin and McEwen, the 3 of them have made their pit stops. Just seeing here again, looking at Clements there, as you can see Carl trying to find a way by Colombado for 4th place.
I mean, he's made it halfway through the field and just over 1 lap, coming up on 2 laps. So
side by side for the lead through Shunkao as Milton and a Sharp side by side, but it's going to allow Cool to get a run on the outside on the exited subseeded those boxes. Is anyone going to go into the pit lane? Is anyone going to stay out and do another lap? Looks like Colombado's going in, Milton's going in, Carl stays out, so he will go into 3rd place now. And again, that high and dive further behind Thomas Walsh.
Oh, someone.
Oh, Cool. Cool's got off. Cool's got off. What's happened? What's happened to Sean?
Well, and also, God, the name's pulled up. Dash.
Ash Sharp.
Ash. Yeah, Ash Sharp. I didn't see it. I just saw him go off there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what happened there was, I think Ash braked a little bit early for Sean's liking, and then Sean went into the back of him. So that's just inherited Carl as the leader. Yeah, I think I think Sharp may have got on the brakes a little bit too early, and Sean didn't expect it in time, and then just got into the back of him. And I know Sharp though, I know Ash, and he will not be too happy about that. But in fairness, though, he said he's not having a fun night. That, right? No. Not when you're battling for the lead. Not as when he's been struggling in this car.
Oh, what are the Beamers doing?
Oh, he's gone into the back of him again. He spins him around. He went into the back of him again and spun him around.
Just got a little aggressive. Looked like one just got off, and you know how the grass is on GT. It's like ice, and once he goes off, there's just lost everything. Oh,
I'll tell you what, Sharp will put in a complaint in for Cool there, definitely. But it looks like the damage is already done. Carl's going to be on course for 3 wins in a row as Sean makes his way into the pit lane. Where's that put Sharp down into 8th place, and he'll probably pit this time by. Yeah, indeed he will. So Sharp will come into the pits. So it is Carl from Welsh. Then Piper, who made his pit stop on the first lap. He sits there in 3rd place. 9.3 seconds though he is away from Nicholas Carl. So when Carl and Thomas will come into the pits, I think he'll be up there with the top 2 at least.
It's gonna be close. It's possible. Yeah, it's right there on the edge of it. I mean, Niklaus just did a great job of getting by, and he runs his laps, keeps the consistency going the way he does, that he's probably going to end up just pulling away some. I think Thomas is being smart about it, just sticking behind him and just trying to follow his line as best as possible, keep that slip up, and just keep pulling the gap in where you can so that he can't get away from you in this section, right? If you can just keep pulling the gap back where you're so much more powerful, it gives you a chance to find a place to he makes a mistake.
I think realistically that, I mean, obviously this track is split into 3 sectors. I think the second sector is where the Mitsubishi really stands out, because you can see the gap already extending, but when you get into the 3rd And the first sector, that's where the Hyundai sorts of improves a bit, because the straight line speed is a lot more better than the Mitsubishi. You'll probably see it here. The gap is 1.5, slowly going up, but it will come down just a tad. Now it's starting to become it now. So I mean, this is where the Hyundai
at the start. Like the Mitsubishi is really good in the Senna S's.
Yes.
So it's technically section 1 and 2 are not good for the straight line speed cars. The straight line speed car is really just trying to hang on until the back straight, and that's a dangerous place to be because you can't pass if you're hanging on the whole time. Just trying to keep up with them.
Just having a look further up, back through the field. Looks like a battle going on again. These two have been battling pretty much all race long. McEwen versus Clements yet again. Part 3 is on this time. Oh, and I think Austin has accidentally exited. So Alex Austin, another retirement. We're down to 9 races, I think. Yes, indeed we are. So a little mistake there from Alex Austin. And he's having quite a decent run. And what's happened to Milton? Milton's just spun
Milton
himself.
Took engine damage earlier, and that kind of put him back.
Oh wow, he's just been lapped. He's been lapped. He's now a full lap down. I wonder if he's done for the day.
Yeah, I think he may be retired.
Yeah, he may be retired. So we're now effectively down to 8 plate, and I think Sharp is done for the day as well. So it's all happening in the third race. I tell you what, again, angry drivers after this race. I can tell you that. So effectively, we're down to 7 races now.
Well, it looks like most, unless Thomas is going to be able to reel in 2 seconds over 5 laps, most people are kind of sitting in their laps, except for the Clemens and Liam battle that's been going on for 3 straight races so far. And honestly, if they battle enough, it could open up spots for Colombo and Sean to get back into it as well. As they're going to need something to happen in order to gain these, 4 or 5 seconds that they need to gain over 5 laps.
Yeah. I mean, all these guys have made a pit stop at least, but I think Carl and Thomas have not yet pitted. So, I mean, Piper is still
I think Piper will get pulled up into it once they go in for their pit. Liam, I mean, you know what? He's been having such a good race. I was watching him earlier, and it's just been coming down and down and down. So, he's got to be pretty happy about where he's actually sitting right now. No brakes.
No brakes.
So
for
he
Ben.
could even pull himself into it as well if he can just get the same kind of times he's running right now. He's running the same times that Nicklaus is running for the most part. If you exclude his 36.
It's 136, yeah.
Yeah, just ignore that part. He's in the same ballpark, right? He's in the drafting range of it. So I think he could pull himself in.
Yeah,
so we'll see. When they go to the pits, I think it could pull more people up in here. Everyone's starting to kind of bring their gaps down.
Just checking to see if Ben has got going. Oh, Ben's back going again, so Sharp is still in the pits. He's done. So...
Yeah, Ben said he doesn't have brakes, and you can see going into these corners, his left brake won't light up. So the way he's having to take these corners is not fun. That has to be maybe...
I think he's on a wheel.
He kind of Tokyo drift everything, I guess. Yeah, I've had that. I had that happen once as well. He tried to Tokyo drift it. That's too funny. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't have brakes. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
I mean, coasting through the corner from 450 meters away.
He's took your word for it there. It worked there through where.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of options when a race car doesn't have brakes, right? Either you just go in a straight line and that's it, or if they expect you to turn, there's not many choices at that point.
Just seeing here, Thomas Welsh coming out the pits.
On my wheel, I don't have a handbrake bound, right? So I couldn't even use that as an option. To maybe I can just try to handbrake in a straight line or something like that.
Just look at then Thomas Welsh.
Liam's on a purple lap.
Oh, is he? He's on purple in the first sector. Well, he did set his best lap the previous lap. He has actually catched up to Piper, because I did see it was about 2 seconds.
He's gained a fantastic race.
He has, yeah. I mean, Liam has been, he's had 2 second-place finishes and looks course to maybe get yet another second place. The problem is he's got to try and get by Piper, and we've seen already tonight how much aggressiveness has Adam's been.
Yeah,
that is a
BMWs don't let you
BMW.
by.
No, but don't.
It's understandable. If you drive a BMW, you don't let people pass you.
It's pretty much
It
like
doesn't
an
matter
Audi
if you're
driver,
going to
isn't
the
it?
grocery store or if you're racing at Interlagos. You don't let people pass you if you're in BMW. It's just a rule.
Except for the autobahn, if they go, because there's no speed limit on that, isn't there?
Oh,
I think
that'd be so much fun.
Oh, that would be, yeah.
And Klaus has come in for his pit stop, but I don't think they're actually close enough to get him right at 11 when he goes in.
Yeah, I think the gap.
I think he's gonna get out plenty ahead of him.
Yeah, he's gonna go out ahead of Piper. I think probably the gap will possibly be at least, because the gap was about 12 seconds, and like I said, I think the gap going, the time going in from the pits to coming out is about 10 seconds. So he may come out maybe 2 seconds ahead of Piper, maybe.
If Piper gets a good run here, he's gonna be.
Oh, I tell you what, it's gonna be very close, you know.
That is good. And then we've got Liam right behind that, and Clements could make it. He's only 2 seconds back, so that's not bad, but over 2 laps, he's going to need a little bit of luck. He's probably really hoping everyone in front of him maybe just drives through the cars in front of him to slow him down a little bit.
Just looking at the tyre wear then, so Carl is on a set of softs, Adam's on the set of super softs as well as McEwen, but they, you know, I think them two have made a pit stop on the first lap. So this could be down to...
Would you rather be on super softs that have been run for a while or brand new softs?
I think it just... Oh, McEwen's at the moment. He's going to lose a little bit of time, lose a teeny bit of momentum. I don't know, really. I think possibly if you look at lap times...
Thomas has gotten right back up into the battle for the podium as well, it looks like.
Yeah,
He's
Thomas...
He's gotten right back up on Clemens' background.
Yeah, I mean, them two have been battling since where Thomas came out of the pits. I think
yeah,
really,
I think they started battling before I joined the lobby.
I think it was McEwen and Clements were battling.
Oh, you're right.
And then Clements has sort of dropped off away from McEwen. Meanwhile, the gap now
going into the penultimate lap.
Yeah, onto the penultimate lap, and the gap is already extended now. 1.1 seconds Carl has over Piper, and McEwen in third. And then you got Clements in fourth, followed by Thomas Welsh, Sean Cool in sixth, and Colin Barrow in seventh place, and Milton just Tokyo drifting his way around in eighth place. And 3 retirements in this race. Sharp, who's probably just gave up for the night because he said he's not enjoyed it. Who's the other one? Alex Austin, who accidentally left, and Rob Adams, who must have had like a lag connection or something.
It happens. It's the internet. I'm really interested in this battle for second, though. Yeah, because Piper isn't letting him. He's going defensive on every corner. He's got just has to hold him off for a lap and a half.
It's pretty much damage limitation here for McEwen. I mean, if he's going to get by Piper, the gap going in towards the next round of the championship between himself and Carl will be about 42 points, and I think that's a lot. And that's already, we're going in towards the second half of the season, so I don't know, the championship could may already be done here. Yellow flags are being waved. I think that's Milton that they're going to approach. Not unless if Milton could be a bit of a party pooper here and upset the party in the Nicholas Cole camp at least.
William's trying to get the run on him, on Piper, and then right behind it we've got Thomas getting a run on Clemens too.
Oh, that's close.
And he's on the inside. Is he going to be nice, or is he going to pin him down there into the car?
Oh, here we go. Is there going to be a bit of respect between these two? Piper doesn't like to show a bit of any sort of respect. He's hung it, though. He's going to have the inside for turn 2 with the set of S, and he's through. Lovely pass from McEwen.
Well, he couldn't go as defensive as he wanted to and race the way he wanted to because the car was on the inside defensive line, so the Lexus had to let him have space, and it just kind of moved the race wide, which is the opposite of what Piper wanted to do on that corner, I'm sure.
Having a look further back then, Welsh having a look on the outside at Clements, going in towards the Lago at turn 4, now into turn 5, he sticks in behind. Oh, on to the last lap of the race too, and again Piper's
outside too.
Yeah, Piper's
gonna make that work. Is he gonna cut it back?
He's gonna go for it. He's going for the crisscross. Them two had a bit of a moment at the Cinquart at race 2 a week ago.
But it puts him on the outside. If he can hold it, he gets the inside on the next corner, and that's the one you want the inside on.
Oh, he's trying to push him out, but Adam stuck it there. That's a brave pass, and he's through. He's regained the second place.
For the recut back?
Is he going for the crisscross?
He's not going to have it.
He's not going to have it, though.
Piper wanted to fit. That's what BMWs do. They defend.
That was a smart bit of racing there
Liam's
from
got
Piper.
That run, though. Is he going to be able to... The Lexus is quicker in a straight line than BMW.
It did,
unless there's something different. So if he gets the run here... Oh, it's going to be a battle of the line. He's got the run if he can get outside of him.
Don't do what a cool did and just bump the BMW just ahead. Anyway, we're going to have a look.
The BMW's going to have the straight line speed for this.
Carl wins it, but who's going to take second place? They're bumping and leaning each other, and McEwen got it. McEwen got the second place. Piper gets in third place, and Clements just holds on to fourth place. Fifth was Thomas Welsh, and Sean Cole in sixth. And then Jeff Colombardo will come across the line in seventh place. But that was a good battle for second place there with McEwen and Piper.
It was a great battle right behind. Right after they got it guaranteed, I switched back, and Thomas and Clemens were having a great battle for fourth and fifth right behind them.
Well, I don't think anyone can stop Nicholas Cow. Effectively, that's 4 wins in a row, 7 in the championship. He's got a 42-point lead over McEwen. I think that's pretty much saying is when we're going into the second half of the season, I think that's pretty much the championship done.
Oh yeah, fantastic driving from Nicholas. Like, I mean, that's just nothing better than to watch someone just drive that kind of consistency. It doesn't matter if I start first, second, 11th, I'm going to get through the field. I know what I need to do. That's just awesome as well. It's awesome to watch people battle, but it's also just amazing to just watch just pure racing and just doing it the right way for 10 laps in a row. It just doesn't matter. Knows exactly what needs to get done.
I think that's what you call great racing etiquette from
Exactly.
Carl there. Just to work his way through the field there. I mean, that was just...
I'm just knifing through. It was like not even through the first lap. He'd already knifed off half the field.
Yeah. And obviously Carl's made the pit stop in the first lap. So that also helped as well in his prospects. But there you go. Another 3 wins on the bounce for Nicholas. He did it at Catalunya. He's done it here tonight. He's going to extend the championship lead over McEwen. And that was some battle for second place there. And I think that's the first time I've ever seen Adam Piper try to drive a respectful race with someone. But that was a great battle for second place. And as you said there, the Lexus had so much straight line speed over the BMW. That was a great battle for second place.
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, once you get pinned out, you just have to hope the Lexus doesn't get the same exit you do. Because if they get the same exit you do with their straight line speed, that finish line is so far away. You know, it's not Fuji or any of those. Well, even Fuji's really far away, right? But it doesn't just come up short. You just are staring at that line, begging it to get closer. But that's just what the Lexus does. And I mean, yeah, it's an awesome finish and a great race for Niklaus. A great race for everyone. This BTCC is amazingly fun to watch. It looks amazingly fun to drive in.
To it now?
I mean, that was a blast. Absolutely.
Actually, there's touring cars on Sunday, I think, live at Thruxton, but I don't know if you will maybe get to see it, though. I'm not too sure, because obviously you live in America.
Yeah, probably start at like 2 o'clock in the morning my time or something like that, like most of those things do.
I think the touring cars start roughly about 11 o'clock, I think. About that. So there you go. That would have been about 5 o'clock in the morning for you. You'd still be happy in your bed, though. But anyways, that has been the BTCC with BTCC Blueprints and Paul Welsh round 9 at Interlagos. And again, we'll take the word from you. What did you think of it?
I mean, that was absolutely fantastic, right? I mean, battling, close racing. You really can't ask for much more than that. That was fun. I loved it. So
I hope you're going to be joining me again for next week. Hoping, touch wood, touch my head.
Absolutely. Yeah. If the invite's there, I can't wait to watch more of that. That was, like I said, I can't even, I'll get better. I'll learn people's names. I was getting better towards the end. But, that was awesome. I enjoyed that a lot. It's a lot more better than talking than actual racing, though, isn't it? Well, obviously, I think you prefer the racing, but I prefer the commentating. Yeah. It's a toss-up. I like both. Oh yeah. Oh well. Anyways, I have been Sean. I also Jerry Bear was with me in the commentating booth. So we'll see you next week for the 4th round of the championship, which I don't know what it could be. I think it might be Fuji, it might be Alsace. I don't know. We'll just have to wait. It'll be a track.
it will be a track. And I think also from what I heard from Ben is that another former champion is returning to the series again. So we'll keep an eye out on him. So, yes, so until then, I have been Sean.
I'm Jerry. Thank you.
And we will see you again next week.